pleasure that I now call on Dr. Alan Twigg to deliver the Convocation address. Dr. Twigg. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm very privileged to be here, and I want to first of all congratulate the graduates, of course, the graduands, and also all of their supporters. And maybe you could have done it without them, but it wouldn't be nearly as meaningful. And so I'm very happy for all of you today. I've been accorded 5 minutes to try and find something to say to you that you can remember for the rest of your lives. So let's get the party started. Winston Churchill, the story goes, once gave a very memorable speech at Harrow School. He came up to the microphone and he said, "Never, never, never give up." And then he went and sat down. I think they have laws against plagiarism around here, so I guess I have to keep going. But one of the best pieces of advice that I've ever received was from a man named Rudy Verba, who was just mentioned. He was the first of 2 people to escape from Auschwitz-Birkenau, and he wrote a report that was so good. The Allies couldn't pretend they didn't know what was happening in the Holocaust. And Rudy was a great man. And he said to me once, "You know, Alan, whenever there's a problem, just stop and say something to yourself. Say, is this going to be a problem for me a year from now?" And you'll find out that 90% of your problems go away. It's excellent advice, and that may be the one thing you can take away with you and use it for the rest of your life. I brought with me today my signed first edition of George Orwell's Animal Farm. It was given to me by his friend George Woodcock, who is a mentor of mine. And so I have shaken the hand of a man who has shaken the hand and drunken many pints with George Orwell. And both those men were people who wanted to be men of free intelligence. And both those 2 Georges have influenced me a great deal, and I have strived in my life to be a person of free intelligence. And my friends, I can tell you that can sometimes be a very rocky road. For about 40 years, I learned as much as possible about BC literature, more than anybody else, and I also did more to support BC literature than anyone else, but I always spoke my mind. And I never heard from a single BC English department, a single writers' festival, a single creative writing department. And when I decided to stop doing BC Book World because I wanted to do more books in the 10 years or so I've got left, I never heard from the Association of Book Publishers of BC that I had supported, for 30, 40 years. And that's okay, because I was always being used to being an outsider. And if you want to be a person of free intelligence, it comes at a cost. If you want to speak the truth whenever you have something to say, they talk about the real estate values are high in Vancouver, but I can tell you there's a price to be paid for living in Sherwood Forest. And that's okay. And so now for Simon Fraser University to recognize that all this stuff I've done actually might amount to more than a hill of beans is a very interesting moment for me. I don't think it proves at all that I am a good person. But what it does actually prove is that this is an exceptional university. That was a serious comment, folks. Okay, so anyway, this leads me to the most important thing I can have to say in my last remaining 2.5 minutes. Right now, I believe we're living next door to a crumbling and self-delusionary empire. And the fallout is going to be considerable. Meanwhile, we in Canada have amazing liberal values, and we are by far one of the best places on the planet in which to live. So today, I ask you to look beyond all the things that you continuously want to find wrong with Canada and recognize for a moment what is good and right. The right to abortion, daycare, quality education. This is the place that gave the world Greenpeace, Terry Fox, David Suzuki, Dr. Bonnie Henry. This is a fabulous place to live. In 2001, in 2001, I had a very major brain surgery. It was done at Vancouver General Hospital by one of the world's foremost neurosurgeons, and obviously worked out okay. And the overall cost for that was about $170, including parking. So, when I go and get my taxes done every year, I go to the tax preparer, and I'm the only person, she says, who always comes in and says, you know what? I like paying taxes. I enjoy paying taxes. Now, this is what I've learned, and this is what I want to share with you today. The United States obviously is not Russia, and Canada is certainly not Ukraine. But there is conflict afoot, and we have a great deal here that is worth fighting for, and we may have to fight for it. With the excellent education that you have just received from Simon Fraser University, I hope you can now feel emboldened to stand on guard for one of the world's most successful and oldest democracies. And we're going to have to make sure we keep what we've got. My 5 minutes are up. Your next 50 years are going to start right now. So, never, never, never give up your free intelligence. You can make a difference, and I know you will make a difference. Thank you very much.